Good afternoon YouTube, Xfile2708 back again with another pickups video. This is, let me have a look, primarily CX pickups and a couple from a local charity shop, and just to mix things up a bit, a couple of online purchases as well. So two piles. These have been on the side here for the last couple of weeks, so a long overdue pickups for these. So yeah, without further ado guys, let's crack straight into them. So first one guys, we have a pop vinyl. Here we go. Had to grab this one. Massive Terrifier fan. Massive fan of Art the Clown as a character, as a villain. You know, I was into, if you can see, I don't know, you might be able to see my tattoo there, Art the Clown. That was one that I had done after Terrifier 1. So I'm not one of these people that jumped on the bandwagon after Terrifier 2 with all of the, you know, the reviews of it and people leaving the cinema early and the most horrific movie that they've ever seen. The hype train for Terrifier 2 when it came out was ludicrous. But I'm proud to say that I was a Terrifier and Art the Clown fan from Terrifier. And actually All Hallows Eve, where he made his first appearance. But yeah, Funko have actually finally, long overdue, released a set of pop vinyl figures. I think there's three. There's this one, one of him on a bike, and I think another one standing up as well, and then they've done a chase. But these got released probably a week or so ago, and because one of them was a Funko exclusive, I think within 2 minutes they'd completely sold out on Funko's website. So, you know, unfortunately, a lot of resellers seem to have managed to get in on the act, as is, you know, standard with that sort of thing. But for me, this was my favourite out of the three pop vinyl figures. So there you go. There, like I say, I was a big fan of. In fact, hang on, let me show you. There you go. So there's the four there that have been released. But yeah, I was a big fan of Art the Clown before Terrifier 2 came along. I was actually one of the people that donated to the fundraiser. I think I've told this story a few times before, but I donated to the is it Indigo, something like that, whatever the fundraiser was for Terrifier 2, and actually got my name in the final credits of the movie, which is you know, something that, you know, even today puts a big smile on my face. So huge fan of both the films and Art the Clown in general, as you can see from the Funko Pop tattoo as well. So yeah, looking forward to Terrifier 3, which I think comes out tail end of October, so only a couple of months away now. So there we go. That was my first purchase. Next up, some charity shop pickups. So those of you that know me well know I do enjoy a Shitty Shark movie. This is very much one of them. So yeah, looking forward to rebuilding my Shitty Shark collection again. So yeah, as and when I see these in the charity shops, cheap as chips, I'll pick them up. So 9 times out of 10 they're nice and cheap in the likes of CX as well. But yeah, 2-headed shark attack, 1 body, 2 heads, and apparently 6,000 teeth. So charity shop pickup, 50p. There we go, that's that one. Can't go wrong with bikini-clad girls and some shark action. So there we go. Not that I like to combine those two generally, but there we go. Next up, had to get this one. Probably going to be one of those similar to Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, etc. So bad it really is a bad movie. But I think the likes of CEX, this one's still around the £5 mark on DVD. So yeah, saw it in a local charity shop, 50p. So figured I'll give it a go. So Alice in Terrorland, dark and disturbing, it says on the back of the box. I think this was one that came out last year actually. So, but yeah, never seen it before. But you know, I do like a terrible movie. So as soon as I saw that one in the charity shop, I thought, yeah, that's coming home for the collection. So there we go, Alice in Terrorland. These next two aren't horror movies, but they were ones that I haven't seen before, and they did pique an interest. So if anybody has seen either of these two before, let me know in the comments. So first one is a movie called Shell Shock. So this is one with Colin Farrell, Christopher Lee and Paz Vega, written and directed by Denis Tanovich, director of Academy Award winner No Man's Land. So yeah, don't know anything about it. This one's still sealed. I think I double checked when I was in the charity shop for both of these if they rated well on IMDb, and they seem to. But yeah, I don't know anything about this one at all. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, if you've seen that one before. And then the next one is one of these artificial eye releases. So I've had or got a couple of these in the collection already. What was it? Artificial Eye, the house that Jack built. Obviously, that's a horror. I've got on the Blu-ray shelf over there. I've got a couple of non-horror ones on the big bookcase to the side of me. But yeah, this is an artificial eye release called Winter's Bone. So again, 50p in the charity shop, and when I checked it on IMDb, it rated quite decently. It says on the back, hauntingly brilliant, a truly standout piece of work. Best Actress for Jennifer Lawrence. Winner of Best Picture 2010. So yeah, if anyone has seen that one before, let me know. Right, these next ones, guys, these were online purchases. So these were ones that featured in my 10 underrated movies in my collection video. So if you haven't checked that one out already, guys, link in the description. Head across and check it out. So first up, great zombie movie set in Wales, Pontypool. So I won't go into detail about these. Like I say, I've gone into a little bit more detail in the 10 underrated movies in my collection. So if you want to know a little bit more about this one, then check out that video. So Pontypool. And then we have Robert Englund in The Last Showing. Massive fan of this one. Again, I'm not going to go into detail, but yeah, it's a really good one. A couple of people, a guy and his girlfriend get locked in a cinema, and Robert Englund is the projectionist, I think you'd call him, that locks them in the cinema and starts to make his own movie based on locking them in and torturing them and all of that shenanigans. But yeah, absolutely brilliant movie. I've just said there I'm not going to go into detail, and now I've just told you the basic outline of it. So no hope for me. But yeah, Last Showing with Robert Englund, brilliant film. I don't know why I didn't actually move these across. That would have made more sense. Next one, again, huge fan of this one, starring David Tennant, and it is Bad Samaritan. So probably when I'll look to upgrade to Blu-ray later on down the line. But yeah, brilliant thriller, this one. Again, check back on that previous video if you'd like to know more about it. So Bad Samaritan. And then next one with Alice Lowe. I've got Sightseers, I think it's called, on DVD over. I think it's DVD, isn't it? Yeah, it must be DVD. It's not on my Blu-ray shelf. Sightseers that she's in. And then I had to pick up Prevenge again. Brilliant. Was it horror comedy? I'd put it down as. Yeah, it says on the back, a pitch black British comedy from the mind of Alice Lowe, Sightseers, Lock and Hot Fuzz. So yeah, really underrated this one. And again, it's probably one I haven't seen maybe for a couple of years now, so it is overdue a rewatch. But yeah, again, one that I don't hear talked about too often, so hence it made my underrated gems video. But yeah, looking forward to rewatching this one again coming soon. So, Prevenge. Another absolute gem of a movie, British movie. Doesn't get talked about very often, not to be confused with another movie with exactly the same title. So this is a British road horror movie. I think it was around 2010? Yeah, I think it was 2010, this one. But yeah, British thriller, set on the motorway. A couple of people driving down the motorway. They get overtaken by a lorry. And as they get overtaken, they see a hand coming out the back of the trailer of the lorry, and it's basically a tense thriller. You know, does he try and investigate and find out what's happened, and confront the driver and find out what's been going on, etc. But yeah, really good, underrated British thriller, this one. So again, if you haven't checked it out, guys, quite cheap. I think I managed to get this one on a best offer on eBay for, I think it was less than £5 delivered, which is a decent price. So really pleased to add that one back into the collection. Next up, another underrated one. Actually rewatched this one the other night, and it is Belko Experiment. This is basically what would you say? Basically a Saw movie, but set in an office block. And yeah, again, no spoilers on this one, but it is one that I enjoy rewatching on a fairly regular basis. I checked it out on the Fire Stick probably a year or so ago and fancied watching it again a week or so ago. So managed to again, a best offer. I think it was around £4 delivered. But yeah, rewatch this one. Absolutely brilliant. It's what's his name in it? Is it Michael Rooker? Tiny writing. Yeah, Michael Rooker. He's in it. But yeah, the employees basically get locked in a big corporate building, and a voice comes over the tannoy system and says, there's 100 people locked in half an hour. You need to have killed off 30 people. If you don't, then we'll start destroying them for you. And obviously, people gang up together and turn against each other and all that sort of thing. Absolutely brilliant film. And they set it up nicely for a sequel, but they've never made one as yet. I'm itching for a sequel on this one. I absolutely loved it. So there we go, Belko Experiment. Next up, a couple of purchases from HMV. Myself and Ghost Lou were out and about a couple of weeks ago. So while the Arrow sale was still on, I managed to pick up a couple of titles. Disappointed I wasn't able to pick up any video nasties that I needed towards the full set of 72. But I did get a couple of Arrow titles anyway, which will go into the collection nicely, and definitely ones I'll look forward to rewatching. Let's move that there. So there you go. I managed to pick up Dario Argento's Deep Red. So I used to have this one on the limited edition Arrow box set, obviously with the poster and the art cards and all of that sort of gubbins. But yeah, for me, nice as though, you know, it would have been if I could get it. I think the box set it's probably out of print now, but main thing was to get the film back so I could give it a rewatch again. So looking to get all of the Argento films that Arrow have released back into the collection. So Deep Red. And then the other Argento that I managed to pick up. There we go, bit of Phenomena. Again, this was another one that I used to have. I can't remember if I had it on 4K or the regular limited edition box set. But yeah, I have missed watching these since I cleared the collection out. So whilst they were in the Arrow sale, would have been daft to pass up grabbing them. So yeah, $8.99 as you can see on that one. And then, as is with HMV, there's normally a few titles on the counter and they're reduced with any purchase. So I managed to get both of those Arrow titles, and then I managed to get Pearl for $4.99. So was one I've been keeping an eye on CEX, but it goes up and down like a horse draws, as they say. Around £8 to £10, something like that. I've already got X down there. Seen Maxine recently, and yeah, like I say, I was waiting to be able to grab this at a decent price. If you know, before this, if I'd seen it drop to £6 in CX, then I'd have probably picked it up locally. But yeah, brand new, sealed Blu-ray, $4.99. So wasn't going to turn that one down. Next up, some CX purchases. I've already got this particular title on DVD in a box set behind me, part of my Alfred Hitchcock collection. But I wasn't going to turn down a Blu-ray upgrade of The Birds. So again, this is one that I haven't seen probably for a few years now. I have been on an Alfred Hitchcock kick. I haven't seen one actually for a few weeks now, but before that, when I'd picked up those box sets there, I've got 3 or 4 that I have watched recently out of those box sets. So yeah, The Birds is long overdue a rewatch, so I was really pleased that that our local CX had got it in, and yeah, £6. So £6 for Alfred Hitchcock Blu-ray. I wasn't going to say no, so looking forward to rewatching that one. And then this very much appeals to my my dark and politically incorrect humour. A few people that that are sub to me, I'm sure, Ash, Popcorn and Horror, Gold Tooth Gaming. I'm sure this is right up your street if you haven't seen it before. It is The Greasy Strangler. This movie is all kinds of fucked up, all kinds of wrong, but I absolutely love it. I mean, you can see it's putting a smile on my face just talking about it and having it back in the collection. So absolutely love this movie. In fact, I'm probably, if Ghostlu isn't across tonight, I'm probably actually going to watch this tonight. It's one of those movies with a few scenes that you know, you don't want your 15-year-old son to see. But yeah, absolutely love this one. Bullshit artist is a phrase that's regularly announced in this movie. If you know, you know. If you haven't seen it and you like very wrong comedy, very inappropriate and slightly graphic at times, then yeah, definitely check this one out, guys. So there we go, The Greasy Strangler. Next up, big fan of this one. Seen it several times over the years. Always one I enjoy rewatching. And it's Vince Vaughn in Brawl in Cell Block 99. So, absolutely brilliant film, this one. Timed it right. Again, it was one that had been on my CX watch list, hovering around the £6 mark, I think it was. And yeah, struck it lucky when the price dropped down to £4. So, excuse me, £4 on Blu-ray for this. This is a brutal film, and quite a sad ending as well. But yeah, one that I really enjoy rewatching, and again, probably one that I'm going to watch in the coming days. So if you haven't seen it, absolutely brilliant prison thriller. But yeah, brutal in parts. So if you haven't checked it out, guys, definitely one that I recommend. So there we go. Brawl in Cell Block 99. Finally, corrected my mistake and got the correct version of Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, I'd picked up, I think, if you've seen our mine and James's Quentin Tarantino special, I pulled out what I thought was the proper version of Inglourious Bastards, and it turns out that the version I brought was the original non-Quentin Tarantino one. So this one's been missing from my collection. So yeah, down to £2 in a local CEX. So I've righted that wrong now, and yeah, got the correct version in the collection. So there we go. Looking forward to rewatching that one actually as well. So I haven't seen that one probably for a couple of years. Carrying on rebuilding my Halloween collection. I've got, what have I got? I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and what's that one? Resurrection, I think, already in the collection. So yeah, I'm just filling in the gaps where I can. I think I've said previously, not focusing so much on the non-horror stuff now and trying to fill in the gaps for the horror collection, which is my main collection and my main passion for watching movies. So yeah, wanted to pick this one up. So there we go, Halloween H2O. And another one to complete the set, I've got Machete Kills with what's his name, Danny Trejo, isn't it? So the one that I was missing was the original Machete. So, or Machete. But absolutely brilliant film. I love Danny Trejo in this, and what's the lady's name? Obviously Steven Seagal's in it. There you go. Michelle Rodriguez and Jessica Alba and Robert De Niro as well. Absolutely brilliant cast in this one. Like I say, I love the grindhouse style of it. I'm a big fan, obviously, of Planet Terror and Death Proof, and this Machete film, you know, follows the same sort of styling. Absolutely love Danny Trejo in this one. Real badass character. It's brutal, and it's quite funny in parts as well. But you know, that might just be my slightly dark humour kicking in. But yeah, this was one local CEX. I think it was in their £1 section, so I had a bit of a chew on because it wasn't on the shelf, and when I asked them, they said, oh, we don't put the £1 movies out, they go out for recycling. And I was like, well, why is it listed on your app as being available in this store if you don't sell it? So they fucked around, excuse my French, they fucked around for 10 minutes or so, and then finally said, oh, there you go, we'll sell it you. So I was pleased to get it just for £1, but yeah, such a chew on with CX these days. It really does boil my piss at times. So, but yeah, Machete. So that completes obviously the first and the second one. I know there was talk about a third one. I think there's a trailer for it actually at the end of Machete Kills, and they were supposed to be doing Machete Up in Space, which I'd have loved to have seen, and hopefully one day they'll do it because the first two are really good. So yeah, there we go, Machete. Right, On to the last pile, guys. Probably only half the size of that previous pile. I'll try and rattle through these as quick as I can. I know we're on, 25 minutes now. These were grabs myself and Ghost Lou went out and about yesterday. He was back from his holidays, so he came across. We were, we had a good catch up, and we thought we'd go out for the day while the weather was still half decent. So yeah, managed to time it with a couple of CX shops on the list. So these are, in fact, they're all CX pickups apart from two, which are cash converters. So, but these first couple CX grabs. So Silent Night, Deadly Night, the Arrow DVD video release, possibly a rabbit hole I'm going to disappear down. If you can see on the shelf behind me there, that's the start of my Arrow collection, and obviously in the Nasties section there you can see some Arrow titles as well. I think I've already got Battle Royale on Arrow DVD video, but there's something about the uniformity of these white cases. I know they've done titles on these particular releases, like is it Dead End Driving, Villainess, and stuff like that. So I might keep an eye out if I see them in local CXs, and another little rabbit hole for me to disappear down. But was more than happy to grab this one yesterday, and obviously I'll have to cover the boobage. There we go. But yeah, nice and complete. But yeah, so that'll be going up on the shelf behind. So looking forward to rewatching that one again soon. One that I haven't seen for quite some time now, but it was a good one, and it's Rabid. So I wasn't fussed whether I got it on DVD or Blu-ray. I don't think the Blu-ray's massively expensive, but yeah, if I see them locally in a CX, so I don't have to order online and pay CX's £3 postage per title, then I'll pick it up on whichever format. And if I see it later on down the line on Blu-ray, then I'll upgrade it. So there we go. There's Rabid. So this is obviously the 2019 release, as opposed to Cronenberg's release from was it mid-80s? I think it was. Might have been. Can't remember. But yeah, decent remake, this one. So Rabid. There you go, it says on the back there, yeah, based on the original film by David Cronenberg. So, yeah, looking forward to rewatching that one. Couple of cash converters grabs. Non-horror, this one, but seen it mentioned on a few people's videos recently where they've been talking about action films in their collection. And this is one that always gets mentioned as a really top, over-the-top action film. In a local cash converters, 99p. Hadn't got it in the collection already, so 99p on Blu-ray. I wasn't going to turn that one down, and yeah, looking forward to finding out what all the fuss is about. So hopefully it's a really good one. Next up, a Blu-ray Steelbook. I was talking to Ghost Lou, talking myself out of buying it, because I've got a couple of them on Blu-ray already. But I thought £1.99, I wasn't going to leave it behind in the end. So it's the 4-film Steelbook set for the original Fast and Furious movies. So that's The Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift, and Fast and Furious. It's a bit of an odd steelbook. I had to do a double take, really. So you've got a slippy for those of you that enjoy my slippy action. But yeah, there's the slip, and it's plain on the front, plane on the back. I can't say I've seen that before with the Steelbook, but it does have, there you go, Fast and Furious 4 film set, it says in tiny writing. So it is the right Steelbook, but why they left it completely plain, I do not know. Absolutely bizarre. But yeah, you can see you've got all 4 movies, individual discs on Blu-ray, so basically worked out 50p a film, and with the Steelbook and slip, so it was probably a no-brainer in the grand scheme of things, but obviously would have been nicer if the Steelbook was a bit more to write home about. But yeah, you can see, there you go, $1.99, so not too shabby. Next up, again, one I've seen many times before. Massive fan of this movie. I've got the sequel to it on my shelf behind me, so had to pick up Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. So good old Captain Spaulding at his finest. Decent performance, although some people will disagree, from Sherry Moon Zombie. But yeah, I absolutely love this film, and obviously Devil's Rejects as well. Huge fan of both of them. So yeah, really pleased to grab this one. I think I used to have the what was it, the trilogy on a Region A, so an American import. But obviously when the collection disappeared years ago, that was one of the ones that that went with it. So yeah, pleased to grab this one back into the collection. So £4, not too bad. One I think I've seen a couple of people mention recently, but it's one that I haven't seen before, so took a bit of a punt. Basically, you know, other people have recommended it, so I thought, yeah, let's check it out. Wasn't overly expensive on DVD, but it is Skinned Alive. So this is part of the Film 2000 Shock Horror Collection, and it says this one tops the Texas Chainsaw Massacre by double. It's funny, gory, and very bloody. Unhinged, insane, and totally out of control. So yeah, if anyone has seen that one, let me know if it's one you enjoyed. So £2.50 on DVD, so not too bad, and it's one, like I say, I haven't seen before, so it'll get watched shortly. Next up, my good friend John Mondo Chelovich has been putting up a lot of stuff recently to do with Hammer, Amicus, is it Tygon? Just showcasing what titles he's got in his collection. I've got a few Hammer movies already, and yeah, I'll keep an eye out regularly if I see them not too expensive. So I managed to pick up Taste the Blood of Dracula. So this is Hammer Film production with Christopher Lee, and I think it's actually a Dracula movie that I haven't seen before. No idea. Stupidly tiny writing, so I've no idea what year this one came out. I'm guessing 60s or 70s. But yeah, let me know, guys. Taste the Blood of Dracula. So if you haven't by any remote chance seen John's channel before, I will put a link in the description. John's the one that started, or one of the guys that started me off with showcasing movies on here, rather than just my video games and retro collecting and stuff like that. I started watching him and Nigel, Rock God 2004, started watching their Video Nasty live streams that they did a couple of years ago, binge watched those. Started me off down the rabbit hole of collecting the full Section 1 and Section 2 Video Nasties, and putting videos up here regularly for movies as well. So check out John's channel and check out Nigel's as well. So link to both in the description. Carrying on, the Hammer collection. There you go. We have the best of Hammer collection. Decent box set, this one. Contains The Nanny, Dracula Prince of Darkness, Quatermass and the Pit, Frankenstein Created Woman, and The Devil Rides Out. So 5 film box sets. Box set's in pretty good condition. It's always hit and miss when you see it listed on the CX app at a local store, whether the box is going to be battered to bits or not. But I think bar a little nick on this side, the rest of it's perfect condition. So it says, contains The Nanny, which was the result of a sometimes uneasy collaboration between the legendary Betty Davis and 2 of Hammer's greatest talents. The second film in the collection, Dracula Prince of Darkness, 1965, marked Christopher Lee's first return to his most famous role since the original Dracula 1958. Quatermass and the Pit was story originally screened by BBC in 1958, so I have already got Quatermass and the Pit on the DVD shelf as an individual release. But yeah, no, it's fine getting it as part of this box set because I haven't got the other four movies. Frankenstein Created Woman, one of the last films to be completed by Hammer at the Brace Studios, and reunited Peter Cushing and director Terence Fisher. And then the final film, adapted from the best-selling novel by Dennis Wheatley, The Devil Rides Out, which contains scenes of Satanism that proved controversial when the film was released in 1968, now regarded as one of the greatest Hammer horrors. The film is a favourite of leading man Christopher Lee. So yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits to get this one. So 5 more Hammer titles into the collection. So there we go, that's that one. In fact, while we're on the Hammer, we'll show this one as well. So box set for the TV series Hammer House of Horror. This is 13 episodes that were screened on TV. I have seen all 13 episodes probably a couple of years ago. But yeah, absolutely brilliant episodes, these ones, and one that I'm looking forward to rewatching through again. So if you haven't seen these TV episodes, I don't think they're particularly long episodes. Let's have a look. The runtime is 670 minutes for 13 episodes. I think they're all around 20 minutes, half an hour each, something like that. So, but yeah, really good 4-disc DVD set, this one. So yeah, £10 for that full season of 13 episodes. So there we go. And then 2 charity shop ones, non-horror to finish. First of all, this one's been on my list to get into the collection. Not everybody's cup of tea, this one, but it's the documentary Super Size Me, where what's the guy's name? Don't know, can't see what the guy's name is, but yeah, basically this chap decides he's going to eat McDonald's for every meal constantly for 30 days, and it tracks his progress throughout those 30 days, and analyses what it's doing to his body and all of that sort of thing. Bit of an obscure documentary, but it is a fascinating watch. So yeah, when I was looking to get into the collection, and yeah, stumbled on it in a charity shop for 50p, so pleased with that one. And then to finish, guys, one that I've already got in the collection on the shelf to my left hand side, one that I've done as a 5-minute movie review previously, but it is Tim Roth in Made in Britain. Absolutely superb film, this one. I saw it as just before my 5-minute movie review. That was a first watch for me. But yeah, I've got the normal regular DVD version, but in my local charity shop I saw that they'd got the special edition DVD. So I've no idea exactly how it differs. I don't know if the screen format's different, if it's been upscaled in any way, or I have no idea the difference, but it does come with a book telling you about stuff that went on in the movie and all that sort of good stuff. But yeah, special edition of a film that I really highly rated. So yeah, again, wasn't going to turn that one down for 50p. So there we go. That's my pickups, guys, for the last couple of weeks. So any titles there that you've seen before that that you've enjoyed, let me know in the comments. Yeah, probably Greasy Strangler is on my list to watch tonight, so really looking forward to checking that one out again and laughing at things that I really shouldn't be laughing at. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, as always, guys, please remember to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll be back later on in the week with another video. Bye for now.